And let me do this. Okay, so again, if you are new into the whiskey world, see how steady I can do this. Jim Beam is responsible for the Basil Haydens that you can see back there. Old Granddad's 114 and the orange label. Old Tub is a Beam product. Jim Beam Black, of course, and that is the old label. Knob Creek. So Jim Beam, Knob Creeks, right? They got 9 years, 12 years, they got Rise, they got cast strengths. I love me Knob Creeks. I do. I love the peanuttiness sometimes on these things. I love, sometimes you get a pecan, and that's just, you know, butterscotch pecan. It's beautiful. So don't want to go too far off track, but they do the Bookers, right? And little books. So those are just a few. Hey, Shalom, gente. Welcome to Bourbon Dojo. I am Blue, and I'm your brown water sensei for the next few moments. Tonight, we're gonna dabble in a little bit of Baker's 7, right? So it's Baker's 7-year, 107 proof, single barrel. It's a pretty cool looking bottle. They revamped this thing around 4 or 5 years ago, just before I got into the brown water. And I like it. Okay, so I know Baker's 7, before I was into the realm of whiskey, it was a hit and a miss, right? You know, kind of like how the Elijah Craigs were and the Larcenys were just a couple years back, even into last year, right? You know, they could be a hit and a miss, right? So this is like a once a year offering, and yeah, it's so far. So I've had 4. This is my 4th one. I have a, what is it? 2013, 2015. I drank the 2014, and now, and that's the barrel dates. And so, you know, here it is. The barrel date is 12 of 2016. So basically 2017, but 12 of 2016. It has the barrel age of 7 years, 0 months. So if we pause a little bit and we look at the one from 2013, this is September of 2013. It was barreled, and this one is 7 years, 3 months. And then this Baker's, it was put in the barrel in March of 2015, and it's 7 years, 10 months. So it's almost 8 years old. So they will vary every year. They vary just a tad. It's not complex, right? It just has that extra oomph that you kind of need, that little extra octane that you're used to getting in, I don't know, Basil Hayden's, the Jim Beam Black and white labels. Let's do this. I'm gonna go off script. For those of you that are new into whiskeys and just getting into whiskeys, Jim Beam is the distiller, one of the, you know, icons, pillars of all brown water. So let me do this. I'm gonna pull you off right here on my action camera. You can still hear me talking, and let me do this. Okay, so again, if you are new into the whiskey world, let's see how steady I can do this. Jim Beam is responsible for the Basil Haydens that you can see back there. Old Granddad's 114 and the orange label. Old Tub is a Beam product. Jim Beam Black, of course, and that is the old label. Knob Creek. So Jim Beam, Knob Creeks, right? They got 9 years, 12 years, they got Rise, they got cast strengths. I love me Knob Creeks. I do. I love the peanuttiness sometimes on these things. I love, sometimes you get a pecan, and that's just, you know, butterscotch pecan. It's beautiful. So don't want to go too far off track, but they do their Bookers, right? And little books. So those are just a few. Of course, there's Beam Suntory, which is the Japanese line of whiskeys that they got going, but that's way off track. So I'm gonna put you all back on my stand here. Just what I'm looking for in this beam is almost your quintessential caramel, vanilla, oakiness, but I want a little bit of octane, so 107 does well. And so far I haven't been disappointed. And I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, I mean, this is my fourth one, and man, either I'm on a lucky streak or Beam kind of knows what they're doing. Yeah, they're just putting out some good 7-year products. So I got this at, what was it? At Sam's Club of all places. I saw this and it was for like 55 bucks, 54 bucks, 52, something around sub 55. Yeah, and for 107, you know, proof, for something that comes out once a year, treat yourself, right? You know, do it, you know, and grab, if you ever see one in that $50 range, mi gente, I would not go maybe slightly into the 60s. I would definitely not go over 65. So if you can get this for like 50, 55 bucks, you know, from your local Sam's Club, pick it up. So yeah, so let's go ahead and we're gonna do some nosing. I'm gonna do some tasting. Here we go. So they have a neat cork on here. Just has some their 7-year single barrel age statement. Yeah, you know, it looks really nice. You know, I'm looking at these, they're all kind of different. Each year has a little bit of a different nuance to it. So, nonetheless. Oh, sorry about that. Getting ahead of myself, or just trying to catch up to myself. There we go. There we go. That's a good pour right there. Oh yeah, look at, I like that color. It's that sweet tea color. Yeah, little tinge of rust. Looks good. Not a sommelier, but I give those tannins, you know, B+, A-, coming down that glass. Again, to the nose. Let's see what we get here. Actually, I didn't notice this, maybe because it's been airing out, I'm not sure, but there's a little bit of fruitiness. So definitely, I'm getting my caramel, my vanilla. I'm getting kind of like a, almost like a red grape or red wine. I think it's probably a red grape kind of note on the nose. But with the slight ethanol, right? It's kind of making it a little bit more pungent. I gotta look that word up, make sure I'm saying it right. A little bit of pungent, like a red wine would be. So the nose, fantabulous. Cheers, mi gente. Let's have a gander at this thing. It is oily for 107 proof. The oiliness that I'm getting, meaning it coats your mouth, it coats the back of your throat, and now you can kind of feel it going down. I'd expect this at like 112, 115 proof. Slight, nope, I can't even say it's a tongue hug. I won't say that. But it does feel nice and spicy. It's ton. This one is tons of vanilla, with a bright little caramel to it. I keep on saying bright. I think I said it in my last video. Sharp. It is crisp caramel. It just, you know, and that caramel is like on the side of the tongue. I like it. That 107 proof. Not too much. It doesn't linger around too much. Mid palate is there. It's nothing extraordinary. You know, you just, you know, partook of some brown water. It shines, you know, in the front of the palate. It shines on that finish, a mid-range finish, and that mid pellet, it sticks around long enough to want another sip. All in all, mi gente, 55 bucks. You don't see these everywhere, right? They're not allocated or anything like. I have no idea. I don't see it all the time, but when I do, I know they come out once a year, and I always grab one. I haven't been disappointed. I think my 2014, right? So not last year's, but the year before, 2022. Yeah, that one was butter. That one was butterscotch. I mentioned the Beam's known for nuttiness. If there's any nuttiness to this, it's a subdued pecan. It's not a peanut. It's not peanut shells. Yeah, because sometimes you'll get that kind of like that old musty peanut shells flavor on some Beam products, and I know on some of my Knob Creeks I do. I like that, right? You know, if I'm in the mood to get nutty, me and Jim Beam have a date, right? So all these bourbons in back of me, they serve their purpose. So some people look down on the nuttiness. Hey, I'm like, hey, Beam is what it is, and sometimes I want me a little nuttiness. So there, take that. Love it. Is it a dojo must-have? I think so. For 55 bucks, 50 bucks, it is a dojo must-have. It's not going to break the bank, and it is. It's very good. It's, you know, it probably, I have no idea. Pretty sure it's going to go good like in Manhattan. So yeah, no, it's all good. Anyways, mi gente, appreciate you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you can. Appreciate it, of course. And as always, go love on somebody. Shalom, mi gente. Salud. I do. I love me some Beam. I am a Beam lover.